Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for we the people, all of us. You know, as I come to you and I try to reacquaint you, to wake you up to the reality that you've always been connected to, and that is the real power, that is the true God of life. And it's been a difficult thing because we've spent our entirety in hell and we've been raised to be hellish. And all of that stuff that is about life, it's been to us nothing but talk. And that has made it doubly hard to try to even think about something called truth, the real truth. I'm not talking about just words. And it is very, very essential, ladies and gentlemen, that we understand this because it is a stumbling block in life. I think about what we have to go through. I mean, seriously, what we have to go through just to make it. You Christians who have been a lifetime in churches, you probably know about the Torah, you know about Moses, those books that Moses was supposed to do. Some people call it the Old Testament. Some people say that there's a time when God was something else, almost like a mob boss. And then there come a time when there's something come along with Jesus Christ, and they talk about the New Testament. And for whatever purposes they serve, they were designed to do just that. And when we look at it and see all around ourselves, we can see the results of all of that. And it doesn't look good. And yet they say we have a moment in time when Jesus is going to come back, a most powerful one that has the power to straighten it up, came and didn't straighten it up and left, but is going to come back and straighten it up. That's what they say. They also say that what we have in the Bible is what is, that nothing should be changed. No, the I dotted means okay. The T cross means all right. Leave it just like that. Don't add nothing to it. Don't take anything away. Now that's a good program for whatever reason it was designed. It's just amazing that they left out so many other books, so many books that others have identified and was able to spread the news. What you want to call them? Whistleblower. Tell us about all of the books. Tell about all of the times when black people were living when white people weren't even known. When black people were doing some amazing things. Some of the most amazing things that were done then are some of the things that are done now, which says if it was done then, it was really amazing. But we don't want to talk about that because that doesn't matter. Whatever was happening wasn't good enough because here we are. And the power that held us in that moment is still alive. The power hasn't gone nowhere. It's just that we have been deceived and got off track. But that power has always been there, and I am here as an instrument of that power to try to get us back on track. I was at a nursing home just to give you some information, a touch of the real deal. Care facility, what assisted living, the other day, and there was a lady, a resident, who came by the table. I was there visiting someone, and my wife and I were there. And this lady came by. She had one of those things that you walk with, and she was friendly. You could tell she was friendly. You could see as she was coming towards us. She was friendly. You could feel it. And she came straight over and she spoke to us, and we spoke back. And she pointed at my hair and she said, "I just love your white hair." And then she looked at my wife. My wife's hair is quite as white as mine. She has salt and pepper. And she said, "I like yours too." And then my wife smiled and she said, "Oh, you got beautiful teeth." She said, "My wife got beautiful teeth." Then you know my wife put a big old smile on then. But just to make fun of the moment, I, who do not have beautiful teeth, threw my hand up to cover my mouth. I'm knowing that if she was observant enough to see my wife's teeth, She should have been upset enough to see mine. So I threw my hand up again just to block the view. And when I did that, she laughed and she stuck her fingers in her mouth, pulled her lips and stuff back and said, I don't have any. And it was just a moment, you know. Those are the kind of moments that last and you never forget. I know what it means to have teeth. I love teeth. There was a time when I had to do what I could because of my image, what I wanted to be around you. But times change and things change, and it got to the point where I felt that anybody who needed teeth should have teeth. I thought about people how they lose their teeth. You got various reasons why you can lose teeth, but the wonderful, loving Father of power of God found it necessary to find some in bodies, in human beings, and sent the message of dentistry through them to humankind. And that was to make sure that people who needed teeth could get teeth. And now you know that we made some progress. I'm telling you, wow, 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 wow. Progress so great, some people want to pull their real teeth just to get some made teeth. But that was God. I want you to know that was God. But people, I mean, there are millions of miles around here, no teeth, some teeth, and want them and can't get them. Why? Because the game that's played, because of the trick, because of the deception, because of the con. Because of the con, it costs money. You don't get anything without money. The con is built on money. Let me tell you again, the con is built on money. In far, it seems like always it has been, but it didn't start out that way. That was part of the con. So you need money and you don't have money. So my message is to remind you who need teeth and to remind those who seem to be having don't no trouble with teeth that the game is rigged. Now, if you spent your whole life knowing something about money, you ask me what? How do I mean? Well, how do I mean that God is going to say that everybody get their teeth free? It's simple. It's simple. See, with the con, your motivation to try to make it through life is your drive to get money. Because you know, without it, you're not gonna make it through life. You're gonna be in jail. You're gonna commit crimes. You're gonna be doing all kinds of things. You're gonna be robbing and stealing, and you might get killed quick, or you might just die, whatever. So that's how the con moves you. But God doesn't move you that way. God moves you like this by saying, "You are here. You're reaping all of the benefits so far, but you also come to be an instrument whereby you can be used to cause a manifestation of more or add to." So what you do, what I'm allowing you to do is find something that you love doing. Oh, it's all on my videos now, but I just have to say it. Find something that you love doing. And once you find that what you love doing and engage yourself in it, I'm going to reward you by giving you something that the world can't give you and the world can't take away. The world can give you money and they can take it away. But what I'm going to give you, the world can't give you and the world can't take it away. I'm going to give you joy. Now you got love and joy for doing what? For doing what you do, whatever it is. Whether it's digging a ditch, whether it's building a skyscraper, or flying to someplace unknown today. You're gonna get joy doing that. And as you do that, because you're using resources that's free, that come from God. And as you do that, what are you doing? You're creating everything that God is blessing you to satisfy your needs, your wants, and your desires. You're creating, but not limited to food, clothing, shelter, education, and all of that stuff. Any and everything. That's what you're doing. You're doing it and getting joy and happiness out of it. You're creating heaven. Good God Almighty. You're actually creating the divine. You are creating paradise. And your reward on top is love and joy. and you honor an invisible power that you allow to live in you and express itself through you as your contribution. Good God Almighty, how can you not see this and make a choice? Well, it, you haven't made that choice yet. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Got a little fish going. I'm going to see if I can get on it. And I'll talk to you another time. Bye bye.